Hello everybody, it's Dean Southee with RPG. I'm here today to talk about the 2018 HP Pagewide XL Series. At the end of last year we put out a video kind of explaining the differences between the line that was out at that time, and it's changed a little bit, so I'm here to tell you exactly what 2018 brings with the Pagewide series, and then I'm going to give you a basic demo on one of those models. So starting off with the 4000 series. The 4000 series comes starting off with the 4000 itself. This is an 8 D-size print per minute machine, print speed wise. So that's 8 24x36s, color or black and white per minute. It only comes with the top stacker. The sheets come out up top here. It holds up to 100 sheets in the stacker. They actually come out right out in here. So 100 sheet top stacker only on both the 4000 and the 4500. The 4000 comes with one complete set of inks, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. If this was a 4500, there'd be an extra set down here. This was not done being assembled at the moment, but I figured since I have it here in our warehouse, it's a nice opportunity to show you the difference between this and the next ones I'm going to show you. So the 4000, 8 Ds prints per minute, one set of inks. The 4500 is 12 Ds per minute, and it has a second set of cyan, yellow, magenta, and black, so that you can interchange. You can take one out and change it while it's using the other one if you ran out of black. 400 milliliter inks that runs on this particular machine in each of those cartridges. It'll get you around 13,000 square feet roughly per cartridge. So this one is, you can come standard with one drawer as you see here, and you can get a second drawer. Each drawer holds 2 rolls. That's common on all of the HP Pagewide series. All the drawers are the same. They all hold up to 2 rolls. The rolls themselves, I'll show you on the other machine here. This one's in setup mode. The rolls themselves are up to 40 inches wide. Most people obviously are using 36 inches or less, and they can be up to 650 foot long roll on a 3-inch core. I'll show you how we load paper on the other machine and all. So the 4000, the 4500, top stacker only, comes with 8 Ds for the 4000, 12 Ds for the 4500, one set of inks on the 4000, 2 sets of inks on the 4500. One drawer standard, you can get a second drawer for a total of 4 rolls with all the options in. Comes standard with postscript as well. You can get this as a printer only model as well. This is showing you with the scanner on top here. But you can get it with a printer-only model as well. So that hasn't changed. Now, if you'll come over, Sam's working the camera, by the way, for me. Thank you, Sam. If we come over to this device over here, we used to have the 5000 model. That model is no longer available. It's been discontinued and replaced with the 5100. The 5100 has the 2 sets of inks in it, so that again, if you run out of black or one of the colors, while it's running, you can actually throw in and replace that ink and keep the thing running, and it's therefore a high production model. It comes with 1 or 2 drawers, each just like the other machine. They're identical, each with 2 rolls in it, so a maximum of 4 rolls in it. Now, this particular model, you can get the top stacker I showed you that would hold 100 sheets on top, or, not end door, but or, if you can slide back here, Sam, this has a rear stacker, which is probably what you're going to want on this device, as long as you have the room for it, because this prints at a speed of 20 Ds per minute, color or black and white. 20, 24x36s, black and white or color. This particular stacker, it's weight balanced, so it'll hold up to 500 sheets before you need to change the paper on it. So, let's give you a little rundown of the machine. If you'll come on over here, Sam, I mentioned the drawers themselves. So to change paper on this machine, it's very, very simple. It's one of the great innovations that HP came up with. These little blue locks here, you just release them here, make sure the paper has been disengaged. Usually you're doing this, it's out of paper, and you just have the core, the cardboard piece in there. I'm just going to separate it. Let's just pretend like this is a brand new roll of paper here. You bring it in over here and just literally drop it in here. Or there's a little divot over here, if you will, where you can just leave it there. You got to go take a phone call, or somebody asks you a question, you got to go take care of. Or just to take the tape off. When you open up a brand new roll of paper, traditionally it has several pieces of tape holding it on. So you just take the tape off there and you just drop it in here. Now I'm just going to simply tighten these in, push down on the blue levers and lock it. There's a little crevice in here, and I'm just going to drop the paper in. It's going to take it after that. If you slide over here real quick, Sam, there's a 1 and a 2 button over here. This is roll 1, this is roll 2. If I just press it once and release, it's going to give me about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches of paper, just to give a nice clean edge. If I got fingerprints on it, or maybe I was in a hurry and when I was pulling the tape off, I frayed it a bit, I could sit here and hold this until I see those fingerprints and then let go. Some people actually use that to turn around and fold that paper that they cut out and make it into a binding edge if they're binding up a set of prints. So that happens once in a while. All right, so we put our paper in. I'm closing the drawer. It's that simple to load the paper. If you'll come over here for a second, Sam. If you can see the screen okay, I'm not sure if there's a glare. The screen can be rotated left, right, up, down. But right now it's saying the last thing I put in was plain paper. The paper length was unknown. I'm going to say finish and check. I'm good with that. It knows the last paper that was in the machine, so unless you're putting in a new type of paper or back to some other type of paper, you don't have to mess with that. And the roll length, we always like to tell people just leave it as unknown. You can say it's a 500-foot roll or 650 or whatever, but look, we just cut some of it off, so you know, it doesn't hurt to just leave it as unknown. So right now it's just making sure that that paper's in properly. This usually takes about 15-20 seconds, and then when it's done, it's ready to print. So also on the machine, you'll notice right here again is the scanner. The stacker's on the back, so the scanner's just sitting by itself without having the paper come up and over it. So once the paper's loaded in here, if you look down here on the inks, you'll notice that one of them is amber, it's orange, yellow. Depending on if you're colorblind like me or not. That tells me that that one ink is low. And if you look up here on the monitor, a little bit of orange up here is telling me that something needs to be dealt with, but it's not going to stop the machine from running. If it's red like that, that means it's not going to run. It's out of paper, it's out of ink, or in this case, I opened up the paper drawer and left it open. Could be a jam, never happens. Or if you slide around to the back over here real quick, you'll notice that both sides have that same lighting on it as well. So if this is in an office and there's a bunch of people in the back, there's people in the front, they'll see that solid red and know that, hey, somebody needs to deal with the machine. It's out of paper, it's out of ink, it's out of something. So anyway, so sliding around on this side over here again, the scanner itself, there's just a simple little lever over here that opens up the scanner. And then, you know, that's the path that the scanner goes in, and it comes right back out under here, the originals. Same for copying as well. I'm going to go ahead, I happen to have a thumb drive here. I'm going to go ahead and print something out just to give you an idea of the speed. So Sam, if you'll come around here, I'm going to print out black and white first. I'm going to print out 5 copies. We'll make it 6 copies of something. So let me just grab a file. This is going to be a PDF. It's just a black and white image. I'm going to hit print. I'm putting it on grayscale line quality mode. It has what's called quick sets. I'll show you those in a minute of basic settings for black and white lines, color lines, GIS color, and then high-end graphic color. So I'm going to go ahead and on this one, I'm going to hit print. It's going to say how many you want to do. I'm going to hit 6. I'm going to hit OK, and now it's processing it. So you'll see in a second the print speed of the Pagewide in black and white. And this is just a scanned-in original. This is not a vector-based or CAD-generated original. The path is from where you saw the paper, it just goes up underneath the print heads that do not move and straight out the back. And there's 2, 3, 4, 5 sheets. Oh, that's right, I printed 6. Here comes the 6th one. So when they're done, the machine will tell you it's done. You can just pull them off here. 6 prints, black and white, comes up pretty quick. So now let me go grab another original. This one will have color line work involved with it. I've got Paul, our warehouse manager over here. He's getting ready for a big run over here. So Paul, say hi to everybody in La La Land.
Hi, how you doing today?
All right, so I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab another original. Let's just see. Let's just grab this one here. I want to show you something real quick, Sam. Let me show everybody this. So I have the thumb drive in here. I'm just dancing through, the file structure over here. Here's a PDF file. I don't know what AEC 5 is versus AEC 14. I'm going to click on that little eye there. It's going to take a second, and it's going to actually open up the image for me to take a look at. I can click in and zoom, in a number of stages here and dance around the drawing and say, oh, okay, I know which one this is, right? And that allows me to know exactly what it is I'm printing out before I print it. Because a lot of times it could be like, this is all the architecturals, and I just need a reflected ceiling plan in there, so third floor reflected ceiling plan. Well, how do I know until I dance in and find it unless it was named properly? So anyway, I'm going to hit print on this one. This time it's color lines, so I'm going to hit color lines, print, and I'm going to ask for 6 again. And then if you'll go back in that spot over there, oh, real quick, let me show you this one. It's getting ready to go. The job queue's here. So if I click on the job queue, it's showing me that I asked for 6 prints. It's getting ready to print right now. And it's showing me a preview of the drawing in there. I could actually go in and say, okay, I want to look at the next sheet, the next sheet, the next sheet, and all. So anyway, it's about to come out the back over here. Here we go. This time it's color line work, and it has some color fills as well. Same print speed as what you just saw a minute ago. And here we go. So there you go. The 24 by 30. This one actually has a little bit more because it's like some bogus HP sample there. So it has their logo added to it. But so it's more like 26 by 36. But boom, printed in color. Now, here's what I want to do. Where's my original? This is my original. I printed this out a few minutes ago. I like this print because it has a lot of fills and shades and line work in it. So it's a tough one to make a copy of and get the quality there. So if you slide over here for a second, slide over here for a second so I can show you what I'm doing. So on the screen, there's 3 different, you slide to the left, the middle has your basic functions, slide to the right. The right's your is your basic template to show you what's going on at any given time, with your inks, your paper, what's being printed and things like that. The middle one's, what do I want to do? Print, scan, copy, or look at the job queue and reprint something. And then this is the guts of the machine, if you will. What's going on in depth? I want to know what my current meters are on the machine and things like that. Or I want to go in and look at the settings. I want to open up the user guide and search for something, how to do this, or what does this mean, whatever, etc. So I'm going to slide back over here. This time I'm just going to make a copy. The presets are here. Is it a black and white line original? Is it a color line original? I'm going to call this one an image, okay? Because it does have, actually it's not an image. I'm going to call this mixed content. Let's just see how this looks. Because it has some real heavy duty screens and all. Now I'm just going to hit copy. Feed it on in the scanner here. This is a center-based scanner, so it has the guidelines and all the basic sizes on there. And so it's giving a little preview that, okay, I'm scanning now. Because of the resolution I have set it on the mixed quality, this is scanning in at about 400 DPI. Usually you scan in line drawings in at about 200 DPI. You can go up to 600 DPI. When it's done over here, it's going to say, it's processing it right now, getting ready to copy it. And when it's done, it's going to simply say, do you want to now add another, or you're done and ready to print? Do you want to just go ahead and print? And you'll notice it's just hanging off here loosely. I could pull it if I wanted, but when it's done, I'm going to hit finish and print, and then I'm going to hit release the original. This one button up here. And then it releases that. So here's the original up here. In a second, it's going to print out back here. I'm going to grab that and put it up next to it. I did write on here that this is, on the back, that this is the original, just so that we know. And here comes our copy. And now, I'm putting this up top here. And Sam, if you'll bring it over here on my side, here's the copy, okay? And you'll notice that this screen is pretty daggone good. you really can't see a flaw in that background. Here's the original. That's what we made a copy of. So if you got out a loop and looked at the copy versus the original, you might see that, oh, okay, maybe that background is a little heavier, perhaps. But I'm telling you, from the naked eye, if we did the old 52 pickup, dropped these on the floor, mixed them up, you'd have a real hard time, unless you looked on them back and saw that we wrote original, telling the difference between the one copy and the other. The scanning capability on the new series, the 2018 series, with just the hit and go, is a big improvement on what it had before. It was a good scanner before. The scanner is actually the same. It's just that software that HP's up the ante a bit there and all. So outstanding quality on color copies, black and white copies, with a lot of different line weights, screens, pochets, and things like that. I'm going to print out one other original here because I want to just kind of prove, to get rid of some of the old traditions people thinking about when you're printing from an HP printer, it's slow. Well, you just saw that printed 20 D-size prints per minute. The 5100 prints 20 D-size prints per minute. And by the way, it replaced the 5000 that did 14 D prints per minute. It's about the same price. They really didn't up the price on it at all. All they did was up the speed, the processing. It has more processing power than the old one had, and some security features. So, that's pretty good. The next model up from this, they've added a 6000 series. That's brand new. This series and the 4000 series, you can plug them all into a 15 outlet and a 110 line, and you're fine. You'd want it ideally to be on a dedicated line, and you'd ideally want to have that with a line conditioner, something to protect it from any power surges or things like that, like any copier or any wide format device. But that's what this series just plugs into a regular wall, 20 Ds per minute. That's pretty impressive. That 6000 series that goes up from here, you're pretty much looking at the same thing, except you can't get the top stacker for it. It only comes with a rear stacker. It's considered, a print shop, level once you get up to 24 Ds per minute. But it does require a dedicated line, and it's a 20 amp, and it's a 220 on the other end there. So it's more juice involved in that one. And then the other big difference, this one has 2 hard drives. The 6000 has 2 hard drives. And then the big daddy of all that we have in our production shop next door is the 8000. The difference with that one is you can get 3 drawers on it. And it's taller because it would have that 3rd drawer. Because it's taller, there's no scanner. You would get a separate standalone scanner. They're assuming if you're getting that when you're in a high volume production shop, where scanning and copying is going to be, a standalone function, and the printer's printing all day. But that one's 30 Ds per minute. So this one here is the 5100, 20 Ds per minute. The 6000, 24 Ds per minute, and then the 8000, 30 Ds per minute. All black and white color, doesn't matter. Same speed for all. So I'm going to print out one drawing one here real quick. I'm just going to go in here and grab the drawing, and I'm just going to hit go. And take a look back here. So I love printing this one. I did it in the last video we did, because this is a great image to show that it doesn't put a lot of ink on the paper like the old days. This is a very high-end, I'm going to get killed for putting water on here, but hey, this is a very high-resolution image on 20-pound paper. This is the same paper I was just printing with, standard 20-pound paper. If you can find a flaw in this, good luck. This you can eat off this thing. I love it. But it's on regular bond paper, and the ink comes out dry. I can rub my fingers off of it. Nothing's going to get on my fingers. One thing I want to show you, yes, it's inkjet. It's fast. Yes, it can stack 100 or 500 sheets. Unlike old inkjet technologies, go look at a current Canon, for example. See how many sheets you can stack on one of those. But watch this. I'm going to pour water on there. She was thirsty. I'm going to let it drip on down, okay? All the way down. I'm going to rub my fingers on it, all rubber face and everything here. Rub my tummy, my belly. There's nothing on my fingers. If you look down at the bottom where the water dripped, nothing dripped down off the page. The only issue is going to be this is 20-pound paper. The paper is going to probably dry a little funny. But if I come back here a half hour from now and let this thing completely dry, the image is going to be just as it was when it first came out. It's going to be perfect. The only problem again is going to be the paper. It's going to be, you know, from the moisture, it's going to have some damage. Imagine putting, this is an HP, it's inkjet. Imagine putting in photo-based material or poly material or, you know, some of the many other different types of materials you can run through this machine, and then running it on the higher end mode. This was just line quality I ran this thing at. You put it on the higher quality mode on the better paper, it's just fantastic quality. It's not intended to be a Z series HP graphics printing device, but I got news for you. It's perfect for doing things like down and dirty posters and whatnot, or beer distributors, beverage distributors, things like that, signs in stores and whatnot. But look, if you're an architect or something, and this was, let's just say, a rendering, you printed it out and you got that quality on regular paper, that's pretty impressive. So it doesn't put a lot of ink on the machine, on the paper. That's why the cost on this particular, on all of the Pagewides, the cost to produce black and watercolor line work is going to be in line with, if not less expensive, than toner-based black and white and/or color devices that are out today. Let alone the speed. You can't touch the speed that HP has now. So inkjet, with the inks no longer an issue as far as going outside, and they're going to come back to life in the rain, you know. Speed's incredible. It's better than anything you can get today. Stacking capabilities are better than anything you can get today, or at least equal in some circumstances. Putting paper in, it's not like the old days where you have the spindle and you pull it out, even on a lot of the toner-based devices where you pull a tube out and all of that. You just drop it in here, load it up, and you're good to go. It's better. It's more productive. There's so much to like about this machine, it isn't funny. HP has taken over the mid and high volume color black and white technical market in the world. They've taken it over. I think the market share is like 93, 94% last year in sales. And keep your eye out for what they're going to do in the low volume as well. They already have a great solution today with the T3500 that's only 3D size prints per minute, but we're replacing 4 and 6 print per minute toner devices that are out there all day long with them with great success. But they're coming out with something there, I'm pretty sure. In the meantime, again, 4,000, 4,500. Over here's the 5,100. Then you jump up to the 6,000 and the 8,000 series on the very high end and all. HP's got it. The Pagewide series is the way to go. RPG is the place to contact and talk to in regards to what your current environment's like and how we might be able to save you time, money, and certainly get you a better value solution. So again, Dean Southee with RPG. Look forward to speaking to you. Feel free. We're going to post this. We'll also have our 1-800 number on there as well. So get in touch with us. Let us know what you think. Ask us any questions. Thank you so much.